At
We
least
come
the last
back.
classes. Bueno, my dear, very good. I'm very, very happy to see you here in class, okay? Bueno, hello, Majo. Hello, hello. Bueno, I suppose that she is getting home, so no worries. Bueno, my dear people, so we're going to be working over here in our class number 6. Ready? So it's the only class of the week. It's just going to be this one class in the week number 6. So we're going to be working today on that class in a very, very simple way. It's actually kind of discursive class. It's not like nothing like grammar or anything. It's just more like a class in which we are going to discuss some advanced vocabulary. It's an advanced expression which we don't usually use, well, but we should, because it's very flexible and it's very useful, no? So we should use it more. Let's start this class with a couple of questions, which I would like you to answer according to your own perception. Ready? My dear Sarita, would you please be so kind to read the first question, dear?
Yes, teacher. From all the big felines,
Feelings?
which felines, which is your favorite one?
Very good. So from all the big felines, we mean lion, Wolverine. No, Wolverine is not a feline. Lion, cougar, tiger, leopard, gepard, the cheetah, the panther. So which one is your favorite one?
My favorite one is the leopard because it's the more faster.
Okay, but what you mean is the cheetah. The cheetah is faster.
Shoot. Two.
Yeah, because the leopard it's a little bit like a panther, but with some kind of spots, no? And the cheetah is slimmer and it's super fast. It's very, very fast, right? Bueno,
Cheetah is leopardo.
es guepardo,
Guepardo. Okay.
because leopardo is similar to a panther. Es como una pantera, pero con pintaditos, right? That's it. Like a
All right.
jaguar, similar to that. Bueno, muy bien. Thank you, Santi. Sarita, ahora sí, now number 2, my dear.
Yes, teacher. From all insects, which one looks worst? Mm. For me, I think cockroach.
The roaches, the cockroaches. Bueno, we would call them just roaches, right? But of course, we know that it's cockroach,
Ah, okay.
cockroach, but we call just
Yeah.
roach, the roaches.
Okay, teacher.
Yes, Sarita, very good, excellent. That's it. And a specific one, the cockroach, good. Anybody says like, we teacher, all of them. Or do you have any specific one that you don't like, or you don't like any of them? What do you think? Nah, that's it. Because for in my case, I really don't have like a problem with the insects. I have more problem with the rats. But my wife, oh my God, she has a big phobia with all the insects. She has a phobia of all of them. Yes, especially with the ones with long legs, no, with long legs, right? Like it could be like a mosquito, or like for example, the butterfly, or some kind of insects. My wife have like a really big phobia, no? So like a big, very big fear of those insects, right? Okay, good. Majo, are you there, my dear? I can talk in like 3 minutes, but I'm listening. Okay, no worries, no worries. So, Santi, help me with the third question, my friend.
From all the mammals, which one is the most intelligent? What
Well,
means mammals?
what is the meaning of mammals? Very good question. Anybody knows what is the meaning of mammals?
Mamíferos.
Yes, it's a taxonomy of animals which are considered the ones that are fit with the mom's milk. Yeah, they are fit in the first years of development with the mom's or with the mother's milk, right? So the humans, all the mammals, no, that you know. So from all the mammals, which one is the most intelligent?
The human, no?
The human, right? Of course, when
Oh,
we are, when we are supposed to be the most intelligent, right? The humans, right? Muy bien, very good. Sarita, question number 4, my dear. Could you please be so kind to read it?
When do you prefer to meditate? Meditate.
Mhm.
When? I think I don't have time to do it. I just do it when I feel comfortable. Comfortable. I think it's not.
Very
I
good.
don't have time to do it. Yep.
Wonderful. So in that case, Sarita says like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the time. It matters is what I feel, no? So it doesn't matter. Muy bien. Very good. Excellent. That's it. And Santi, my friend, the last question.
Where would you prefer to travel to be in contact with nature?
Nature.
Nature.
Nature. Mhm.
I would like to travel to a big forest,
Yeah.
like that exists in United States or Canada.
Okay. So you don't have any specific one, just a big forest, but this big, sorry,
Forest,
big forest, but not important where.
important.
Okay, very good. Yeah. It's not important where. Okay, that's great. Very good. Now let's change the question. Sarita, from all the big felonies, which one is your favorite one?
For me, teacher.
Mhm.
Mm, I think in a place that have a lot of green, like trees and parts to you can be in the I don't know how to say the field or how do you say
In the
grama?
country, in the countryside.
Yeah,
But it's not specific also. So you said in the countryside. The countryside is como el campo, no? So, but not specific. You don't have one specific place.
I think my farm.
Oh, bueno, good, no?
Yeah, it's
So,
inside the nature. Yeah, a lot of country.
of
It's
course.
in the countryside.
Okay, yeah, that's the important thing, no? So as far as it's in the countryside, no problem. Okay, very good. Santi, when would you, sorry, when do you prefer to meditate? Do
I
you have any
prefer
specific? Uh-huh.
when I end my work
Okay, at the end of the day.
the end of the day.
At the end of, okay, very good. Wait, sorry, of the day. Muy bien, very good. Well, in this case, we don't have more like options, right? Sarita, from all the big felines, from all the big cats, lion, jaguar, all of that, which one is your favorite?
Maybe the panther, like it's
Panther,
all black,
the Black Panther, right?
black panther. Yeah.
Okay, very good. That's a good one. No, muy bien, that's it. And Santi, from all the answers, which one is the worst for you? Which one is the worst?
The spider, I think, is the worst than everyone.
Okay, than every other, that all the others, right? Okay, so the spiders, maybe. But in this case, when the first question, I would say that all of them. I like all the felines. I love the panther, I love the lion, I love the cheetah, I love the tigers. I would say all of them. They are very, very majestic. Majestic, it's like majestuoso. So I think that all of them are very majestic, right? Well, so in this case, the answers are going to be some of them specific, some of them not so specific, right? For example, in this case, we have a very big group of felines, the lion, the cheetah, the jaguar, the blah, 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 the tiger, the cougar,
Hi,
the...
teacher. Now I
Hello,
can talk.
okay,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
very
Now I can talk.
no te preocupes, don't worry. Well, I was just asking some questions to your classmates, and they gave me some specific answers, and some of them not so specific, no? So the first question was like, from all the big felines, all the big cats, which one was the favorite of them? And they called me, well, Santi said that his favorite was the cheetah, And Sarita said that her favorite one was the Black Panther. I said that all of them, because actually I like all of them. I love all of the big feelings, no? Then, for example, I asked them like, what is the worst insect for them? And Santi said that the spiders, and Sarita said that the cockroaches, right? And I told them that not me, but my wife has a phobia of all the insects, no? So in that case, we can find some specific answers and some of them which are not so specific. Yeah, in that case, we said, no, pues all of them. I don't have a specific one. Here, the same. I said, no, all of them. I don't have a specific one, right? In some other questions, for example, here, I asked like, well, from all the mammals, which is mammiferous, which is the most intelligent? And they told me, teacher, the humans, right? Of course, in that case, we don't have a general answer. It's just the humans, no? So it's a specific group of people, right? On the other hand, for example, I asked about time and I asked them like, okay, when do you prefer to meditate, right? And they told me, teacher, Sarita told me like, it doesn't matter. It's not important. I don't have a specific time. I don't have a time to do it, but it's just whenever I feel it, ready? And Santi told me like, teacher, I prefer to meditate at the end of the day in a specific way, right? Then the last question was like, okay, where would you prefer to travel, to go, if you want to be in contact with nature? So Santi told me like he would prefer to go to a big forest, but it's not important if it's in United States or North America or Canada, whatever. It's not important. That's the important thing is that it's a big forest, ready? And Sarita said something similar. She told me like that she would like to go to the countryside independently if it's her farm or any place where she can be in contact with the trees, with the lake, with the water. Majo, in your concept, I'm just going to ask you the last question. Where would you prefer to travel to be in contact with nature? Do you have a specific place or?
Well, I think Tayrona Park in Santa Marta. It's a really good place to go and be in contact with nature.
Very good.
Nature.
Nature.
Yes.
In that case, what Jose told us a specific place, Tayrona Park. Not the one in Bucaramanga, not the one in Cartagena. No, it's just the Tayrona Park in Santa Marta, right? So it's a specific place. Different from the other two people who just told us general places, not on a specific one with certain characteristics, of course, but not on a specific place. Well, so in this case, guys, we're going to have some expressions that are going to help me when I don't want to be specific, when I say like, it doesn't matter, ready? So for example, if you ask me from all the feelings, which one is my favorite one? I would say whichever, because I love all of them. I love all of them, right? Or for example, if you ask me like, well, what is the worst insect for my wife? I would say whichever, because she hates all of them, right? Or for example, if I say, bueno, when does Sarita prefers to meditate? I would say whenever. She doesn't have a specific time. Whenever she feels like. Whenever she feels like meditate. Just like it. O sea, cuando sea que quiera, right? Another case in here, if they say, well, where would Santi prefer to go to be in contact with nature? Wherever, wherever that is a big forest. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's in North America, in Canada, in Mexico. The important thing is that it's a big forest, but it's not specific. So in that case, we would say that wherever that it's a big forest, or wherever that it's a tropical weather, for example, no? The same, for example, Sarita said like, well, where would she prefer to go? Wherever that she can be in contact with animals and with plants, no? Doesn't matter where is that, if it's in Colombia, in other country, but as far as she is in contact with animals, right? And on the other hand, if I say, well, where would Maria Jose? There, in that case, I cannot use wherever because it's not an any place. It's going to be an specific place, the Tayrona Park. So she would say like, no, in the Tayrona Park, and that's it, right? So in that case, we're going to be working about expressions which they can work or they can be very general and work for all the contexts as long as, do you remember what is the meaning of as long as? Remember the expressions of as long as?
It's like tanto como o um I know how to use it, but like as long as you can. Like I don't know, but I don't know in Spanish.
Okay, okay. Sarita, do you remember what is the meaning of as long as? Maybe.
No, I'm trying to remember, but
Mm.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Santi, no te preocupes, no worry. Santi, do you?
Siempre que pueda o mientras que pueda.
Siempre y cuando. Ready? Siempre y cuando es la expresión que usamos ahí, ¿no? When I say, as long as you can, do it. Siempre y cuando puedas, do it, right? So in that case is as long as. So for example, in this case, I'm saying like, okay, Santiago would go everywhere, doesn't matter, as long as it has this characteristic, ¿no? O sea, siempre y cuando tenga ciertas características, right? Or for example, my wife is afraid of all of the insects as long as they have long legs, spiders, mosquitoes, how do you say that? Caterpillars, well, all of that, right? So in that case, guys, we're going to have different expressions which are going to work with the suffix ever, right? Ever, you know that it's going to be used for talking about like some time or some place, right? So in that case, when I mix the WH with one ever, could be whoever, whatever, whenever, or whichever, yes, I'm going to say that it doesn't matter who, or it doesn't matter where, or it doesn't matter which, or it doesn't matter what, right? For example, if I say from all the feelings, which is your favorite, I would say whichever. It doesn't matter which one. I love all of them, so it's not a specific one. When we use these expressions, whoever, whenever, whatever, or whichever, they are going to have different uses. The first one is that we don't want to be specific. We would say, it doesn't matter. It's not important. Don't make a choice because all of them are going to be in the same category. Ready? Which is your best student? Whoever, all of them are pretty good, right? So all of the members of the group are going to have one characteristic that it's common to all of them, right? So in this case also, well, the idea is that we can talk about that part, or we can talk about that topic, yes, referring a little bit to the vocabulary of the nature and especially of the animals, right? So you know that in the animals we have different taxonomies, right? We have the mammals. What was that? What was mammals? Remember?
Mamíferos.
Also, we have the reptiles. Also, we have the amphibians. Amphibians, right? Also, we have the birds. Oh, sorry, the birds. And also, we have the insects, right? Yeah. Question, which ones are your favorite kind of animals? Probably you love all of them, or probably you have a specific one. Which one is your favorite kind of animals?
Teacher, right now I can't even look at the screen because of the snake.
Oh my God. So you don't like the
Yes,
reptiles?
I'm literally like putting my hand on the screen because I can't see.
Okay, so Maho with the reptiles, they can get along, no?
No,
They don't get
your
along.
answer. No, your question was the favorite or the worst?
The favorite, but okay, yeah, like also the worst, no? But in that case, you're telling me which is the worst for you, and the worst, of course, is
Okay.
the reptiles.
Let's say my favorites like the birds.
Okay, okay, good.
And
Very
I
good.
teacher guys.
Do you have one in specific? One bird in specific?
Me?
Yeah, one in specific, like an eagle, a falcon, or something.
In specific about what?
Like which one is your favorite bird? I mean, if you like the
Ah,
birds, which one would be the favorite? Eagle.
mm, I don't know. I don't have any specific.
Okay, so you would say, for example, that whichever it's all right. You like
Which,
all of them.
uh, whichever, yes.
Okay, very good. That's it. Santi, what about you, brother? Which is your favorite kind of animals over here?
My favorite is felines. That is mammals.
Mammals, okay, very good.
Right. I
And
don't
in
know because
specific, you call me the cheetah, right?
you're right.
You told
Right,
me
cheetah.
the cheetah. Okay, very good. That's it. Which would be the least favorite? When I say the least favorite, it's like, I don't like it that much. The least favorite.
The lion,
The lion, okay, kind of lazy.
but
Okay, Santi, very good, excellent. And Maria Sarita, which is your favorite kind of animals?
For me, I have two birds and I, I forget another one. Mammals. For the birds, I love one that calls Soledad. I don't know if you know it.
Is it like a
That
little
is
bird?
no, it's a medium bird. It's not
Okay,
too small, not too big, but it's in the middle.
okay.
And the mammals, I love the elephants.
Ah, the elephant, okay, the very big one,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay, very good. That's it. Well, in my case, I also love the mammals. I don't like the birds because I think I suffer a little bit of ornithophobia. You know what is the meaning of ornithophobia? Do you know what is the meaning of ornithophobia?
No.
That's the fear of the birds, no? So it's not that serious, but for example, when I see like little eagles, which they don't have feathers, it causes me like a little bit of, oh my God. Or for example, I don't like to be surrounded by chicken. I cannot be surrounded by chicken. I love the mammals, I love the reptiles, I love the snakes, I love the insects, no problem. But the birds cause me some kind of trouble, no? So in that case, I think it's like the feathers, or I don't know. What is the meaning of feathers? Do you remember? Do you remember what is the meaning of feathers?
Plumas, teacher.
Plumas, very good. So I think that the feathers cause me discomfort. Probably it's that. Or maybe I would say that it's also the claws. Do you know what is the meaning of claws?
Teacher, but I think not all have clothes.
Ah, yeah,
Garras.
not all of them, but well, it's like the eagles or the fawks, they have claws, no? So mhm. Some other ones have, like, for example, these ones, they have paws. What is the meaning of paws? Any idea what is the meaning of paws?
patas, huellas.
Patas, garras, right? But in that, especially on the felines, no? Like, so on the felines, on the mammals, sorry, on the mammals, in the dogs, in the cats, those are paws, right? And of course, they have other specific parts, like, for example, the birds, they have the beak, no, they have also the tail, yeah, the tail, which is the long part behind, right? So they have also the wings. Well, for example, the butterfly has wings, no, so they have the antennas. Some of the insects, right? They have the shields, the shells, right? So the turtle shell, and so on, so on. Oh, well, for example, this one that has whiskers, no, so whiskers, right? So which are the mustache of the animals, no? So in that owl, and of course, something very important, it's that, for example, well, some of them, they have like a skin, like, a skin, como piel, and other ones has fur. Fur, which is like, the hair of the animals, which is, if you translate it, it's piel, but it's that kind of fur of the animal, of the dogs, of the, I don't know, the dogs, the cats, all them actually, most of the mammals have fur, no? The felines, the roiders also, right? And that's it. Good. So in that case, guys, we're going to have a lot of vocabulary in terms of parts of the animals, right? So because all of the parts that they have are going to be called differently, no? So they are going to be called differently. The thing that I know is that wherever, oh my God, I can be, or I shouldn't be. I mean, I feel uncomfortable. I feel like, sorry, uncomfortable wherever there are birds, wherever there are birds. So in that case, it doesn't matter if it's a countryside or the house of my grandma, or it doesn't matter. Wherever there are birds, I am going to feel uncomfortable. I don't know why, but I don't like them. I don't like the birds, so that's why, no? So guys, questions with the vocabulary of the parts of the animals?
Teacher, how traduce hocico? Como el
I would
hocico de los...
say I would say mouth. Well, I'm not pretty sure. Let's call it out because I'm not sure. Wait. How do you spell hocico with Z?
No idea,
No idea.
no idea.
No.
Teacher with H, I think.
Ah,
H-O-C.
yeah, of
Uh-huh.
course. Good, thank you. My Spanish is super horrible. I'm so sorry. Nose, okay. Okay. A snout, I would say better. Yes, snout. Yeah, exactly. Snout. Okay, much better. Very good.
Okay.
Okay, so snout. Snout is right. Bueno, very good. So, any other question about the vocabulary of the animals, guys? Problems, anything? Well, of course, in general terms, there are going to be other parts that are similar, no? Like, for example, the internal organs, the eyes, the tongue, the teeth, the skin, the liver, the stomach, the brain. Well, the internal organs are very similar, with some exceptions, but basically those are very similar than the ones that we have, right? So in that case, well, the questions that I did at the beginning, it was a little bit for talking about the nature, for getting to know your perception about the nature, but also for getting to the other part. The other part, it's going to be the expressions that I mentioned before. Yes, my dear Sarita, taking advantage that you like the elephants, would you please be so kind to read the example?
I don't know. I don't care. No. Wherever I walk to, I am the biggest one there.
Yeah, very good, Sarita. So in that case, it doesn't matter where where the elephant arrives, it's going to be the biggest, right? So he says, wherever I walk to, donde sea que camine, donde sea que vaya, right? I am the biggest one there. It doesn't matter. In that case, we're finding one situation in which we said, it doesn't matter. So in that case, when I use whenever, yes, or when I use these expressions with ever, one of the uses is talking about something that it doesn't matter because it's the same in every place, or it's the same with all the different categories, no? So for example, whenever there are birds, I don't feel uncomfortable. It doesn't matter if it's on the hot weather, on the bad weather, on a farm. No, I don't feel comfortable if there are some birds. So in that case, it doesn't matter. Ready? That's one of the uses in which we use these expressions, WH plus ever. It doesn't matter. It's not important, right? Well, number two. Santi.
Whoever looks at us runs away disgusted.
Yes, whoever looks at us runs away disgusted. So one more time, in that case, it doesn't matter, or it is not clear. It's not important if it's Sarah, if it's Majo, if it's me. Yes, well, supposing that everybody is afraid of the cockroaches, that I think that everybody is. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not important, and it is not clear. No, so whoever looks at us runs away disgusted. The poor cockroaches, right? So in that case, like everybody. Yes, it is not clear who, but it doesn't matter because anyway, everybody does the same. No, so whoever looks at us runs away disgusted. So far, we're checking that in this case, we have the connector at the beginning, whoever, whenever, whatever, sentence number 1, comma, and sentence number 2. Yes? Whenever I walk to, comma, I am the biggest one there. Whoever looks at us, comma, runs away disgusted, right? Well, let's see number 3. Majo.
Where do you wanna sleep tonight? Whatever will be fine.
Exactly. Very good. So in that case, the little mouse is saying like, I don't care. It's not important. I don't know. I don't have it clear and I don't care. It's not important. Wherever that we sleep, we will be fine, right? So in that case, like, it doesn't matter. It's not important. Yes, I don't know and I don't care, right? So one other use of the expression whenever. Yes, well, in this case, it's wherever, right? Not whenever, but wherever, right? So, muy bien, very good. Thanks a lot. And the last one. No, yeah, that was the last one, sorry. So in that case, I can have the expression at the beginning and saying it like this one, no? Like, for example, where whoever looks at us runs away disgusted, right? But I can also sometimes, not always, but sometimes do it in the middle, right? For example, in the first example, I said, wherever I walk to, comma, I am the biggest one there. But I can switch it and say it like, I am the biggest one wherever I walk to, right? Of course, without using the comma. It's the possibility to include the sentence number 1, the connector, whenever, whoever, or whatever. I am sorry. The connector, you know, and then the other sentence, right? For example, in this case, I am the biggest one wherever I walk to. I don't feel comfortable wherever there are birds. Yes. Or on the other side, wherever there are birds, comma, yes, wherever there are birds, comma, I don't feel comfortable. So these expressions are going to have always the two possibilities, similar to the relative clauses, yeah, because they are relative clauses, like saying like it doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter where, but they have the same positions at the beginning using a comma or in the middle without using any commas, right? So basically that would be all. Possibilities. Well, we're going to have these six, right? So Santi, could you please read number 1 and number 2, my friend?
However, any away at all, or it doesn't matter how. Whatever, anything at all, or it doesn't matter what.
Exactly. So, however, it's going to be como sea, de la forma que sea, doesn't matter, right? And whatever, el que sea, o lo que sea, right? Lo que sea, whatever. Sí. Majo, number 3 and number 4.
Whichever, anyone at all, or it doesn't matter which.
Exactly.
And whenever, anytime at all, or it doesn't matter when.
Exactly. So whichever, it's going to be cualquiera. Doesn't matter. El que sea o lo que sea, right? That's it. And whenever, what would it be whenever?
Anytime.
Anytime, of course. So it means anytime, o sea, cuando sea, right? That's it. And Sarita, the last two?
Wherever, any place at all, or it doesn't matter where. And whoever, any person at all, or it doesn't matter.
So what is the meaning of wherever?
Wherever is any place.
Donde
I don't
sea,
care where.
exactly. See, exactly. I don't care where. Very good. And whoever?
Any person, and I
It
don't
doesn't
care
matter. Exactly.
who.
Doesn't matter who. Ready? So these expressions, which are already flexible, are going to be specifically when we have to answer some kind of questions, no? Or when we want to express some indifference to the complement of that sentence, right? So, for example, in the first part, in the first questions, I asked them like some questions about the favorite big cat or the favorite, the least favorite insect, and they call me some specific names, no? So in that case, nothing to do, yes? But for example, when I say, where do you prefer to meditate? And Sarita says like, no importa, doesn't matter. Yes, I don't have a time to do it. Okay, so in that case, when she's like, no, it doesn't matter. Okay, then I have the possibility to use whenever I want. Whenever I want, I do it. Okay, good, right? Or the same, no? Like, okay, it doesn't matter, it's not important, it's not specific, I don't care. So in that case, as long as it has these characteristics, it's okay any place, right? So in that case, that's the idea, right? Here we have one expression, which is whenever you see us, we will be or will be always flying together, right? So it doesn't matter if you look at them on August, in the morning, in the afternoon, they will be always flying together. These kind of adverbs, whenever, whoever, or whatever, are going to be always trying, like accompanied, like not always, but usually, very frequently, they're going to be accompanied with adverbs like, for example, always, because of course, when I say whenever, it means that, always. It doesn't matter when, but all the time, right? So they are going to be accompanied or working together with this kind of adverbs, right? Bueno, muy bien. Other use of the WH plus ever is to emphasize questions. Yes, so when I say, ¿cuándo demonios? ¿Cuándo carajos? ¿Cuándo? Bueno, no sé cómo expresarlo. Like that emphasis on the question, it's going to be possible to be done with the expressions with ever. Yes, so it says we can use the WH words plus ever, yes, to ask a very emphatic questions. Yes, like, pero ¿cuándo, my God? So, for example, number one, Majo, read the first example.
However, will you manage to live on such a small income? Huh?
Exactly.
However, wait. I
Sorry.
don't understand. However, will you manage to live on such a small income, teacher? I don't understand that.
Don't worry, no problem. Well,
However, will you manage to
small
live?
income, it's a small amount of money, no? So, un ingreso muy pequeño, small income, right? So the person is asking, however will you manage to live on such a, ¿recuerdan que era such a, similar to so, ¿no? O sea, pero ¿cómo van a lograr vivir en un ingreso tan pequeño, right? So, pero ¿cómo, my God? However will you manage to live on such a small income, right? So, like it's impressing the question, but ¿cómo? ¿Quién? Why? Right? So that's why. ¿Sí, Bajo? Better?
Yes, but I didn't know that I can use that expression in a question.
Well, that's what we're doing
It's
today.
weird. It's weird for me, like, however, I would say, like, how will you manage to live on such a small income? But however, it looks weird, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. There is an expression which is similar and maybe can replace this one, which is on earth. Pero no es on earth, sino on earth. On earth, right?
Like, what's on air?
For example, when or who on earth. Yeah, which is similar to this kind of questions. Whoever, for example, no sé. Sarita dice, no, teacher, yo más salir del curso, no me sirve, right? And I'm going to find another teacher. And I'm going to say, but whoever will practice with you so much. Yeah, with you so much. So it's like an impress question. I'm saying like, but quién, pero whoever will practice with you so much. Asking like, pero quién, right? So like emphatic questions, right? But yes, it's strange, but it is done. I mean, it's not crazy. It happens a lot. So that's why it's important to learn, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Muy bien. And number two, Santi.
Charlie, whatever are you doing? Stronger than what are you doing?
Exactly. What are you doing? It's like, well, what are you doing? No, I'm doing this, doing that. But then, for example, I'm saying, okay, no sé, my student is not finishing the activity. 30 minutes and the student is not finishing. Hey, Santiago, but whatever are you doing? Like, Tell me, yes, it's an emphatic question. But yes, of course, it sounds strange. Really? And the last one, Sarita.
The last one is, whenever are you going to stop complaining? You're getting on everyone's nerves.
Exactly. You're getting on everyone's nerves, no? So for making this kind of emphasis on the questions, we have the expression on earth. Yes. Also, we have the expression ever, which is the same as when we say, for example, I know that it's not the most polite expression, but it happens. The hell. Ready? Where the hell, who the hell, why the hell, what the hell, So like, pero cuál, pero quién, right? So it's an emphatic question, right? Also, we can also use the other expression, which is, well, it's not recommended, but it exists and it's expression fuck, right? So who the, oh, well, where the fuck, like it's a little bit even worse or like more impolite than the other one. So we would say that this one is the more formal. Then we have this one on earth, which is good, it's not impolite. Then we have this one, which is a little bit impolite, and this one, which is the most impolite of all of them, right? So that's like the degree of expressions for emphatic questions. ¿Listo? Santi, would you be so kind to read the example that is right here?
Right. Whenever are you going to stop destroying your habitat?
So the gorilla is asking, bueno, pero ¿cuándo, whenever are you going to stop destroying our habitats, right? So in that case, that's an emphatic question. ¿Listo? How do you feel hasta ahí? How do you go? Good questions, difficult problems, all fine.
I have a little confused with the first example in the part of to live on such a small income. Is different of the other sentences.
Okay, so wait, we have different parts here. Well, such a, lo vimos hace unas semanas que era como muy, right? So, cuando uso exactamente un sustantivo, que en este caso es income, right? Because I'm saying like, such a small income en un ingreso tan pequeño, ¿no? Such a small income. Live on, it means como vivir de, yeah, so it's the phrasal verb, ready? Pero no sé si recuerden que allá al principio usamos la expresión manage to, que es como lograr o ser capaz de. Manage to, in this case, ¿cómo es que vas a lograr, like manage to live on such a small income? Ready? So, but I don't know what's the question, Santi. ¿Cuál es la pregunta?
Entonces, sucha es como un tipo de ingreso, como con este tipo de ingreso.
No, such a es lo que está haciendo es introducir el adjetivo. Such a small income. O sea, con un adjetivo, con un ingreso tan, esto es un very o so small.
Ok.
Ready? No sé si recuerdan cuando estábamos hablando de las películas y las series que decíamos, pero es que es such a good actor. Such a good actor. O sea, es un actor tan. ¿Tan qué?
Tan bueno. Ujú.
Sí, entonces es such a o such an, sometimes it's such an emergency, it's going to be just introducing the characteristic, but the characteristic is about the noun that is afterwards, ¿no? Entonces, un ingreso tan pequeño, un actor tan bueno, so it's making similar to so. Ready? That's it.
Okay. Yes, I tried to translate to Spanish, but I have a mistake.
Yeah, of course, it's going to be a little bit strange if we translate it into Spanish, ¿no? Muy bien. Bueno, very good. So, the first uses were to talk about when I don't care, when I don't like, when I don't know, when I don't care. When it doesn't matter, it's not important, or when it's not clear, right? Which is the same. And the other one, it's for emphasizing these kind of questions, right? The last uses are going to be a little bit more realistic, but impolite, right? So the first one, it's being vague. Being vague, it means like ambiguous, right? When I use whatever, whenever, whatever, or whoever, or however, yes, The idea is that we don't want to be specific about the answer. Ready? For example, the question, the conversation here, right? So it says, shall I send you all the dates and times? Yes, whatever. That would be useful. That whatever is like, see, yes, it's not important. Don't worry. That's like whatever. That would be useful things. It doesn't matter what you send. So whatever. Yes, that's it. In that case, as I told you, it's not very polite. What it's doing there, it's simply describing like, I don't care on what you do, or I don't care who you are, or I don't care about the information that you're about to give me. It's not important for me. Ready? So the person says, the second example, it says, bueno, Anu, what time shall I send? Shall I come? When shall I come? Or when should I come? Whenever, really. It's not specific, or it's not important when. It's not important at the moment. Whenever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. So whenever you want to come, you're going to be fine. Right? So in that case, we would say, for example, if you talk to the manager or whoever, it doesn't matter who, you will be able to find out what's happening. So it doesn't matter if it's to the manager or to other person, whoever, the receptionist, the system engineer, everybody can talk to you, no? So in that case, those expressions help me to be in back, yeah, to avoid specificity. Ready? And the last use is in order to misanswer or answer but to another person. Yes, it means to be sarcastic or disrespectful. Ready? For example, guys, you have to finish your activities because October the 17th is the last date of your contract. So don't forget to blah, blah, blah. You say, sure, whatever. It doesn't mean anything. It's just like, I see lo que sea, whatever. Yes. But it's just trying to be sarcastic or disrespectful. It's like, I don't care. Don't talk to me. I don't care about what you said. So I don't care. No. So basically, that's the thing. ¿Listo? So in that case, those are the other two uses of, well, the expressions WH plus ever. Yes. Which help me to introduce a little bit more naturality to the discourse, to my examples. No. So being impolite, being sarcastic or disrespectful, being or showing uninterest or disinterest on one topic. So that's it. No? For example, here, my dear Sarita, would you please read the conversation? Sarita, could you please read?
Yes, teacher. Sorry.
Don't worry.
Whichever both could work.
First, the other. First, this was number one, and then this is number two.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Which idea do you like more? Whichever both could work.
Exactly. So the little bunny is asking like, well, which idea do you like more? The other one is saying like, whichever, both could work. Doesn't matter, no? So he's showing some indifference to the first information. It's like, I don't care, not important. Whichever, both could work. Ready? Guys, how do you feel? Questions about it? Difficulties, problems, strange, difficult, confusing?
Easy, teacher.
Easy, right? It's pretty easy. Bueno, muy bien, very good. So, question. When is, oh, sorry, when is your moment to study English? When is your moment to study English, guys?
For me, it's after work.
After work, okay. So Sarita has determined.
For me is whenever I have a little space.
Exactly. So, and Santi?
My case, on weekends or at night.
Okay, very good. So, for example, in the case of Sarah and Santi, they have a specific moment. On weekends, at night, yeah. Maybe Sarah says after work, okay. But Majo says like, I don't know. Maybe sometimes in the morning, maybe sometimes in the afternoon. The important thing is that whenever I have the time or whenever I have a space, I study English, right? So good, excellent, right? Good. Where do you take the classes? Where do you take classes? I mean, English classes, no? So where do you take the classes?
Um, wherever I am in the moment, like in the car or heading home
Mhm.
or whatever.
In that case, for example, when I was like teacher, I don't have a specific place. I take it or I take the classes wherever I am. Yes. If I am in the car, if I am in the doctor, if I am in the store, wherever I am, right? Muy bien. Santi, do you have a specific place? Where do you take the classes, bro?
Yes, and a specific place is my home.
At home. In the studio, I suppose.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Good. Okay. Very good. Sarita, what about?
For me, teacher, I think I prefer stay at home in a silent place, but sometimes I have to do it wherever I am.
Yeah, depending the day, no? So sometimes you have to do it wherever you are. Good. Well, exactly like that. So in that case, those expressions are going to help me to say like it doesn't matter when, yes. But sometimes those expressions they say like for example, wherever I am in the moment, wherever I have, as long as, no, you know, so these expressions going to complement the other one, saying like, okay, any as far as or as long as they have certain characteristics, no? For example, who do you like to dance with? Whoever, as long as the person dance well, for example. What kind of music do you prefer to listen? Whatever, as far as it's happy, no? So any kind of music that is happy. The other ones, no. Anyone, any kind, but as far or as long as it's happy. So in that case, sorry. So in that case, it's important that sometimes we can include different characteristics, but not very specifically, because if not, then it's not going to be any. It's going to be a specific one. But the idea of this expression is especially doing the opposite, that it's using or expressing that could be any of the members of the group. Ready? Maybe with some characteristics, as long as, but in general terms, is describing that it could be any. Not specific, it is not important where or which or what or who, or the person doesn't know who, where, the moment, the place, the person, right? Basically, that would be the use of these expressions. Questions about it, difficulties, Santi, Majo?
No, teacher, I good.
All fine, yes. These expressions are not going to be like a big structure, but they can help me in specific moments, especially on the spoken English, right? Sorry. When it's written English, this is not so used because we have other different ways. Saying like, for example, there is no person, ta, ta, ta. There are other resources more polite, more serious. This resource is a little bit not impolite, but it's very casual. So it's going to be mostly used on the oral part, right? And that's it. Bueno, my dear people, so we are this week it's only one class, so we're not going to see each other anymore this week. The next week I have a meeting at night, so I had to establish the class at 6 p.m., right? Probably I will change it, I am not sure, but there is a possibility that one of the classes is at 6 p.m. I don't know if it's possible for you to attend or you definitely don't get to arrive.
The next week,
Yes,
right?
next week on Monday. But if it's not possible to you, I can change it to another day with another class. I can see how can I
If
work.
if it's on Monday, I can. But if it's on the rest of the days of the week, I can't at that hour.
Okay, but if it's on Monday, you can.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Sarita, what do you think?
Teacher, no, I have a soccer practice with my son, but I don't care. I can do it.
Okay, good. Anyway, I will try to. If I see that it's impossible to change it, it will be on Monday at 6 p.m. If not, it's going to be one of the other days at 8 p.m. as usual. Ready? So no problem. Ready? Bueno,
Teacher,
guys.
thank
No,
you.
thanks to you, and see you the next week. If you have any kind of problem with the activities, checkpoint or whatever, let it me know. I will be attentive of you. I don't know if there are going to be crossword puzzles, Majo, but if you find one, tell me so we can solve it for everybody else, okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you so much.
Okay, no, you're welcome. So guys, have a good night, a good week, a good rest of the week, and go ahead with the activities. We are 2 weeks from finishing the classes, so it's going to be almost over, okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you. Good
Goodbye.
night.
Have a good night. See you
Okay,
later.
teacher, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Majo. See you soon.